Gross profit and net profit percentages. Note they're percentages, not dollars. Fairly standard, I know. We all tend to look at them, but I think a lot of small businesses get stuck in the dollar value and not the percentage. So looking at your gross profit and your net profit percentages shows you what you've got for what you've done. And as a percentage, that needs to be fairly high. I love to aim for clients having a net profit percentage of about 20% after their own wages. So you've got to put your own wages in there. A lot of clients fail to pay themselves or struggle or leave themselves to last, which is the absolute worst thing you can do, I'd suggest. And you can see this one, while the GP's a bit all over the place, the net profit's been a problem. There's a whole lot of reasons behind that, but having the meetings regularly and seeing these numbers means at least he's aware of it. Live data, live current data allows you to have these decisions and try and move on and improve your business as quickly as possible. So great charts, it's the sort of thing we produce for our clients that have monthly data and we meet with regularly, and it benefits everybody. One of the issues I've put in the gross profit margin there is I think a lot of owners should be putting their own wages and costs in the direct cost section, so the gross profit margin reflects their own efforts. So it's a GP, because a GP after owners costs, at least a chunk of them anyway, because the owner's working directly on the business. They're working in all areas. They're wearing all sorts of hats. We all know that. So rather than just putting your own wages at the bottom and saying, well, I'm an overhead and there's my gross margin, I think a lot of them should be putting it up there and being really honest about what the true gross margin is in their business. Because the more honest you are, the more you'll get out of these conversations and the information to be accurately assessing what your business is doing and how it's performing. And I think I agree with that on sole traders as well. I think sole traders really should be putting nearly all their wages up in direct costs and having their margin assessed after their own costs, because they're wearing all the hats. Sole trading these days is a really tough gig, but you've got to start somewhere. Okay, so in terms of having sales, having profits, having GP percentage and those sorts of things, the single biggest issue is pricing. Pricing, so many people are reluctant to put their prices up. I don't know why, it's just a fear we all have. Everyone's a little scared about it, but it's the single thing you control most in your business, and that's where you'll make your money. It all goes straight to the bottom line. So this simple example here, I've got 3 quick slides I'll just run through, shows that someone who's making a GP of about 35%, which is not uncommon, if you put your prices up 10%, and 10% most people would have a heart attack, my God, I can't put my prices up 10%. But in a business like this, you can drop 22% of your volume and still make the same profit. So when you think about numbers from that point of view, people won't be quite as scared to put their prices up. This one's similar. So sales cost and price on this particular structure here, we've got a business with $100 sale value, direct costs, overheads and profit. So it's just showing really if you do 10% increase in volume, reduction in costs and price, what it does. So while this one has the least impact in this particular cost structure, that's volume, reduction in costs, up in price, they're very similar. The thing is that this is the least effective. So many clients focus on volume. We want more clients, we want more of this, we want more of that. Well, you actually don't. You've got to be so selective about who you do business with. Pricing is much more effective, not only to make profit, but to sort your good clients from your bad. The golden 1%, I love this slide. I show this everywhere I go. This is a leveraged approach, right? Similar cost structure to what we just looked at. And it goes to show you what you can do in your business if you're focusing right on all the important areas. Sales, cost and price, again, same column, same structure. A 1% increase in sales, then you leverage that with a 1% reduction in costs and a 1% price increase. In the way this cost is structured, you can see that profit's gone from 10 to 12.4. That's a 24% increase in profit by 1% movements. Now, that has to make a difference to anybody running a business. This is sort of made for maximum impact with the way that the example's done, but the principle's the same. In whatever business you have, the principle's the same.